Hypnos, the ancient Greek god of sleep, is a fascinating and enigmatic figure whose influence permeates myth, culture, and even psychology. His story begins in the shadowy realms of the underworld, where he dwells in a dark cave alongside his twin brother Thanatos, the personification of death. Together, these twins symbolize two of the most powerful and inevitable forces in the universe, sleep and death. Yet, while Thanatos' embrace is final and absolute, Hypnos offers a temporary respite, a gentle descent into the realm of dreams, where mortals can find rest, renewal, and sometimes divine messages. The parentage of Hypnos is significant and reflects his connection to the primordial forces of the universe. He is the son of Nyx, the goddess of the night, and Erebus, the personification of darkness. Nyx herself is one of the most ancient deities, born from chaos, the original void from which all things came. This lineage places Hypnos among the oldest and most powerful beings in Greek mythology, embodying the deep connection between night, darkness, and the unconscious state of sleep. Hypnos is often depicted as a gentle winged deity, either as a young man with a calm and serene expression, or as a figure holding a poppy stem, a plant associated with sleep and dreams due to its sedative properties. In some representations, he carries a horn from which he pours sleep-inducing opium, or a branch dipped in the waters of the river Lethe, the river of forgetfulness. These symbols underline his role as a bringer of peace and forgetfulness, helping mortals and gods alike to escape the burdens of the waking world. The cave in which Hypnos resides is described as a place of profound stillness and darkness, far removed from the sun's light. This cave is surrounded by poppies and other soporific plants, and the entrance is guarded by the river Lethe. No sounds of life or strife reach this sanctuary, making it the perfect retreat for those seeking rest. Even the gods must visit Hypnos to find solace from their immortal cares. One of the most famous myths involving Hypnos is his role in the Trojan War, as recounted in Homer's Iliad. Hera, the queen of the gods, seeks Hypnos' assistance in her scheme to aid the Greeks against the Trojans. She wishes to distract Zeus, her husband and the king of the gods, so that she can manipulate the outcome of the war. Hera approaches Hypnos and asks him to put Zeus to sleep, but Hypnos is initially reluctant, recalling a previous incident where Zeus became enraged when he discovered Hypnos had put him to sleep at Hera's behest. In this earlier incident, Hypnos had lulled Zeus into a deep slumber, allowing Hera to unleash her wrath upon Heracles, Zeus's mortal son. When Zeus awoke and realized what had happened, his anger was so great that he searched the heavens and earth for Hypnos, who only escaped by fleeing to his mother Nyx's protective embrace. Even Zeus dared not invoke Nyx's wrath, and so Hypnos was spared. Remembering this near catastrophe, Hypnos hesitates to help Hera a second time. However, Hera offers him Pasithea, one of the Graces, as his wife, a reward that is too tempting to resist. Hypnos agrees and successfully puts Zeus to sleep once more, allowing Hera to proceed with her plans. This time, however, Hypnos ensures his safety by hiding in the arms of Pasithea immediately after fulfilling his part of the bargain, avoiding Zeus's fury altogether. Hypnos' power over sleep is not limited to mortals. Even the gods are subject to his influence. This underscores the universal nature of sleep, a force that transcends all beings, mortal and divine. Sleep was seen by the ancient Greeks as a necessary counterpart to the waking world, a time when the soul could travel, communicate with the divine, and rejuvenate. Through dreams, Hypnos could send messages, warnings, and visions, bridging the gap between the mortal and divine realms. Another significant myth involving Hypnos is his relationship with Endymion, a mortal favored by the moon goddess Selene. Endymion, a shepherd or king depending on the version of the myth, was granted eternal sleep by Zeus as a form of immortality, preserving his youth and beauty forever. In this endless slumber, he was visited each night by Selene, who fell in love with his eternal youth. Hypnos' role in this myth is more indirect, as it is his power that keeps Endymion in this state of suspended animation, illustrating the god's ability to control the boundaries between life and death, consciousness and unconsciousness. Hypnos' influence extends beyond the myths into the realm of philosophy and psychology. The Greeks viewed sleep as a state where the soul was freed from the body, able to roam and experience other realms. This concept is echoed in the later philosophical and psychological explorations of sleep and dreams, particularly in the works of Sigmund Freud and Carl Jung, who saw dreams as a window into the unconscious mind, a space where repressed desires and thoughts could be explored. In Roman mythology, Hypnos is known as somnus, from which we derive the modern term somnolence. The Romans, like the Greeks, revered Somnus as a gentle and benevolent deity, capable of granting restful sleep and vivid dreams. Temples and altars dedicated to Somnus were common in ancient Rome, where people would leave offerings in hopes of peaceful sleep or prophetic dreams. Despite his generally benevolent nature, Hypnos could also be seen as a force of vulnerability. In sleep, mortals are at their most defenseless, and in Greek mythology, this state of unconsciousness is sometimes exploited by gods or other beings. This duality reflects the ancient understanding of sleep as both a necessary and potentially dangerous state, where one is removed from the waking world and at the mercy of unseen forces. The worship of Hypnos was closely connected with that of his brother Thanatos, as sleep was often seen as a temporary form of death. The ancient Greeks recognized the close relationship between sleep and death, referring to sleep as the little death and often invoking Hypnos in funerary contexts. The idea that sleep and death are intertwined is a recurring theme in literature and art, symbolizing the cyclical nature of life and the inevitability of death. In art, Hypnos is frequently depicted alongside Thanatos, emphasizing their connection. Ancient sculptures and vase paintings often show the two brothers together, carrying the bodies of the dead or standing by the beds of the sleeping. This imagery reinforces the idea that sleep and death are twin states, both governed by forces beyond human control. Hypnos' legacy endures in modern culture, where sleep continues to be a subject of fascination and study. The god's name is invoked in terms such as hypnosis, a state of focused attention and heightened suggestibility that echoes the ancient belief in sleep as a time of vulnerability and openness to external influences. Hypnos' association with dreams also lives on in the continued exploration of dreams in psychology, literature, and art, where the boundary between reality and the dream world remains a fertile ground for creative expression. In conclusion, Hypnos, the god of sleep, is a figure of profound importance in Greek mythology, embodying the essential and universal need for rest and rejuvenation. His power extends across the realms of gods and mortals, influencing not only the physical act of sleep, but also the spiritual and psychological dimensions of dreaming. Through his myths, Hypnos reveals the complex relationship between sleep, death, and the unconscious, offering insight into the ancient understanding of these fundamental aspects of human existence. His presence in both ancient and modern culture attests to the enduring significance of sleep and dreams in our lives, making Hypnos a timeless symbol of the mystery and power of the night.